Hello and welcome back to the Invisible Man Show with me, Stephen. How are your nerves? How are your nerves? City and United. I wish it was now. I cannot abide waiting over weekends for games like this. My nerves aren't great, but we'll come on to my nerves shortly. I hope your week's been well. I did a video with a United fan, Julian, the other day, which is out now. So go check that out. That was good fun, good and balanced as well. It wasn't one of those like clickbaity, silly videos or an interruptathon like drink champs. Nothing like that. No, it was quite sensible actually. I enjoyed it. I might have him back on again for the return game if he's up for it. So anyway, City news, injuries. Pep's done his press conference. Looks in good spirits. Now I'm never sure if that's a good thing or whether he's gone mad. So hopefully it's a good thing and that he's calm and we're just going to do something normal on Sunday. But on the injury front, he said Marmoush is definitely out, but that's not a surprise. Kovacic out, obviously. Cherky out, obviously. But a bit of a surprise was Aït-Nouri. I didn't realise he was on the injured, expecting to miss Sunday list. So that's a bit of a concern. But John Stones is 50-50. Well, he said that's touch and go, something we'll see. So maybe you'll play, maybe you won't. Hopefully you will. But everyone else is okay, which presumably includes Gvardiol and Foden. So hopefully they will be able to start or at least get Foden off the bench. Because I think those two raise the level massively. And Haaland, obviously that bump into the bus that he had hasn't really affected him, as Moldova and hopefully United will find out. I've just listened to something with United's injuries from Ben Jacobs from TalkSport. You know the one that reads out agent brief during transfer season, but seemingly does United podcasts outside of the transfer season. He said Cunha is going to be out for 5 to 6 weeks, he reckons. He got injured 2 weeks ago, so I reckon that's obviously him definitely ruled out for Sunday. And Mason Mount is also out. What's it come to that we're worried about two decent Premier League players being out? But then again, the more of them that are out, the better, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, we shouldn't really be worried about Mason Mount and Cunha anyway, should we? Should we? Maybe we should. But we don't have to anyway because they're not playing. And as for their goalkeeper, I've seen on social media that Bayende will be playing, not the new keeper that was bought. So Julian was right on the other video. He predicted he'd play. Looks like he is going to play. So that's going to be worth one goal to us, hasn't it? I mean, the guy's rubbish. He's not up to it in any way. So we need to put him under pressure, preferably from the off, whether that be shots, crosses, rough him up, whatever it is, anything, and just make him feel very uncomfortable. I don't think he'll be comfortable anyway. So anything we can add to that will make him more nervous, and obviously, hopefully, more likely to make errors. But yeah, so the game then, in a wider context, who is it bigger for, City or United? I think it's bigger for City because I think, well, United, Amarin's going down, and he's just looking to take us with him. He's finished. The damage is done. It's over. It's just a case of when, really, isn't it? I mean, if they beat us, they'll get beat off someone else rubbish pretty soon, and the boom and bust cycle will continue. So he's finished. But I think it is a sliding doors moment for City. Win this game, and then that could potentially be a springboard for going to Arsenal next week, and then maybe a draw there, and then right, okay, starts to look like a half decent start to the season. Win them both, and we could quickly put at least one of the defeats of Brighton or Spurs behind us. But if we don't get at least 4 points out of these two games, we've got a big problem. I know we've got some easier fixtures coming up next, Burnley, Everton, etc. If you've only won one of your first 5 matches, then nothing's easy, is it? But it's just something to think about. But let's not get negative. It's United. Let's not put enough. We've got enough negative thoughts going around our heads, haven't we? So let's not have any more. But I think with I think Amarin's going to look to take us down with him. But hopefully we've got a bit more about us than that. We played them 3 times last year. Charity Shield, obviously home and away in the league. We didn't beat them once. I mean, that's appalling. That's appalling. We finished 3rd last year. The season wasn't that bad. And we got to a cup final. Yet we couldn't beat that shower over what? I'm not doing that. 240 minutes of football. I mean, that's absurd, isn't it? 270. That's absurd. What are we doing? What were we doing last year? But hopefully we should be okay on that front. So, what do we want to see from the game? Well, I make a habit on Derby Day of looking back at the old derbies that we played against them, particularly ones that we won. And there always seems to be a common thread running through them all. And that thread is that we start well. We might not score necessarily straight away, but we start well. We fire into them. Lots of shots, lots of crosses, lots of corners. Go back to the 6-3 the other year. The 4-1, sorry, the 3-1 that we beat them where Rashford scored. Whilst we didn't, score early doors, we create chances a lot. Haaland missed a sitter. So I think the key is to start well, get the crowd up for it, and put United under pressure. No amount of last-minute winners against Burnley or draws against Fulham is going to make me think they're a good team. And I don't think even they think they're a good team. So, put them under pressure, make them feel uncomfortable, that they're in a position that they don't want to be in, and get some shots away. If Doku starts, I want to see him beating his fullback and finding City players, creating opportunities, or winning free kicks close to the box, or winning penalties. Something. It has to matter what Doku does if he starts. It has to matter. But I'll come on to my starting 11 shortly. I want to see Foden, if not start, get half an hour. When he came on against Tottenham, the standard of the team rose, I thought he looked lively, he looked one of the best players on the pitch. And we need more of that. We need Phil back firing. Maybe not player of the year standard Phil, but even the level below that, his normal level is better than anything United got. So, he should be coming on. If he comes on, I'll start and taking the game by the scruff of the neck and creating opportunities. And again, shots on goal and creating chances, if not for himself, for others. I want to see Rodri start. I want to see him start and finish. Not finish like he did against Brighton, dragging himself around the pitch, but playing a good solid 90 minutes. Although that is a concern. I know he played for Spain, but starting again this intensity. And if it is in the balance with 10-15 minutes ago, do we risk bringing him on? Do we risk taking him off, or do we risk keeping him on and seeing how it goes? I don't know, but that's why I don't get 15 million quid a year like Pep does. That's for him to decide. What don't we want to see? Well, I don't want to see us giving them a sniff, really. I don't want to see us taking unnecessary risks in the early parts of the game. I don't want us to give them any encouragement that they can get anything for this match at all. I don't want silly misplaced passes at the back. I don't want to see, Bernardo on the wing. I don't want to see nonsense. I want to see proper aggressive play. I want to see Kusanov flying into tackles, getting the crowd up. I want to see crosses, opportunities. It sounds very reductive in terms of tactics, but we need to pin them back and keep them back. If we give them a sniff, I could see the defence losing confidence. I could see the crowd getting a bit jittery, and all the things that you don't want in a derby happening. Go back to the cup final that we got beaten 18 months ago. We had a couple of chances early doors. They caught us on the break and cut us open so easily. So we need to keep it tight at the back, prevent their whippets from getting in, and I think if we shore it up against them, the goals will look after themselves. I think. I know we're not the most free scoring team at the moment, but neither are Burnley, and they got 2 and could have had 4. So I think if we don't give them a chance, I think we should be okay up the other end. So yeah, am I optimistic? Am I optimistic? I don't know if I'm optimistic or not. I won't sleep. I'll hardly sleep Saturday night. I'll go through phases of thinking we're going to beat these 5-0, no problem, and then I'll go through phases of thinking we're going to be 2-0 down at half time with a man sent off and we're dead and buried. So, it's hard to say how I feel. But if we take the derby aspect out of it, it shouldn't be a problem, should it? Really? It shouldn't really be a problem. So I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. In terms of my starting 11, well, Donnarumma in there. I think that's a given, isn't it? I think that's a given. Guardiola's fit. I'd play him. I thought Ake was really bad against Tottenham and looked like he looked very, very rusty, sort of overly rusty, actually. And we missed out a lot because Nouri was getting a lot of joy in the first 20 minutes or so. And then Ake doesn't really offer that. So I'd play Guardiola, fitness permitting, but hopefully he'll be okay. Defence, I think it's going to be Diaz and Stones. Assuming Stones is fit, he walked off the pitch against Brighton. I mean, 2 weeks ago. I mean, how bad can he be? But then again, that's the same thing with Stones, isn't it? He never gets stretchered off. You never see him have a serious injury. You just hear he's injured, and you don't see him for a month, 6 weeks longer. So let's work on the basis that he's fit, because I think he needs to be, doesn't he? So patch him up, play this game, then he can have Napoli off as far as I'm concerned. So that's Guardiola, Diaz, Stones, and right back. It's got to be Kusanov for me. Got to be Kusanov. So you have Guardiola on one side, being offensive. Kusanov at the back with his pace to cut out any potential counter attacks, but also off the aggression, the timely aggression, though, not reckless daftness. He knows what he's doing when he's sliding tackle. He knows what he's doing with his strength. So I can see him putting one of their players in the stands in the first 10 minutes. And well, that's what I hope to see anyway. And then, we can have a bit of fun and get the crowd up and all that sort of stuff. The Derby Day atmosphere that I'm sure we all enjoy. So, yeah, so let's get him in. So that's Donnarumma, Guardiola, Diaz, Stones, Kusanov. Midfield, it's got to be Rodri, hasn't it? Rodri, Reinders, and who's next to them? Is it Bernardo or is it Nico G? I think he's going to go Nico G and put Bernardo right wing, Doku left wing, and then Haaland up front. I hope that's not what he does. I'd like to see Rodri, Reinders, Nico G, Doku, I suppose, on the left wing, Haaland up front, and I'd like to see Foden start, if at all possible. But if not, stick Oscar Bob there, and at least then we've got something off the bench in Foden, haven't we? Who's a goal threat, and maybe Savio if he's fit. And is he a threat off the bench? Who knows? But he thinks he's worth 70 million quid, so hopefully he is worth. Hopefully he is a threat off the bench, but hopefully it won't come to that, and we can have this game wrapped up pretty easily. But I think overall, take the derby aspect out of it, and we should be okay. Take the silliness out of it in defence. No daft handballs, no daft penalties, no daft back passes, nothing silly. And I think City should be okay. And okay means beating them 3-0 or 3-1. It doesn't mean scraping to a 1-1 draw. No, I think we have to win this. A must-win game as far as I'm concerned. Even if I reckon that we can't win the league or can't finish second, I still think to get third, you've got to beat United at home because everyone else will who were challenging. I can't see them going to Arsenal and getting anything. I can't see them going to Liverpool and getting anything. I can't see them going to Chelsea and getting anything. And then you went to Newcastle, Tottenham, they probably won't get anything there either. So you go in, well, and add to that the defeats we already had. We'll be behind the 8 ball in terms of where we're going to make those points up against our rival. So hopefully we can do the business on that basis. Never mind the bragging rights and all that comes with it, because we need a bit of when was the last time we felt good Wolves was good, but then it was Tottenham, wasn't it? We haven't won a big game in a long time. I can't remember the stat, but it is something like 6 wins in the last 20 odd big 6 matches. So it's not looking good, is it? We didn't beat Arsenal last year home and away, didn't beat Liverpool home and away, didn't beat United home and away. Tottenham, 1 win, 1 defeat. Chelsea, beaten both times, didn't we? But put it that way, that's not a great record, is it? If you want to be doing something. So yeah, hopefully we'll be okay. I think we'll be all right. I think so. I hope so. But like I said, Pep's in good spirits. Injuries seem to be clearing up. They've got a half-foot in net. They've got a 22-year-old up front who looks a bit lightweight. They've got 2 people in midfield where we've got 3. We've got Foden back, got Guardiola back. We've got Haaland up front. I mean, we've got to win, haven't we? Yes, we will. We will win. We will win. We're being positive now. And that's it. Because they're nothing to write home about at all. If they didn't wear Man United shirt, we'd be thinking it's a straightforward game tomorrow. It's only the derby aspect that we're worried about. And we shouldn't be, I don't think. Because they're all big boys, aren't they? They've all done. Most of them played in this game before. Reinders hasn't. He needs to pull his finger out, by the way. Had a great game against Wolves. But I think he needs to liven up a little bit because he's not in Serie A anymore, is he? But I think he'll score tomorrow. So that's my prediction. I've got a sensible prediction of 3-1. I'll go Haaland, Reinders and Foden and them to get a penalty. But I've also got my, if we play our cards right, we can bury these 5-0. Haaland hat-trick, Reinders, Kusanov. Why not, eh? Kusanov last goal. Not that I'm promoting gambling, gambleaware.com and all that. So let's go for it. 5-0 City. 5-0. 3-0 at half-time. We'll have some fun in the second half. That's my prediction. Put your score predictions in the comments below. And I'll wrap this up. Like I said, I did a video with United fan Julian the other day, which should be on the screen now. If it's not, that's my poor editing, and it'll be on. Go and look at the videos; it'll be there. It's quite a long one, but it's worth it. It's good fun. It's good chat. So yeah, please like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and please put your score predictions in the comments below, and I'll see you on Monday, one way or the other, for the review. Hopefully I'll be smiling, but if I'm not, I'll be here anyway. So take care, enjoy your weekend, enjoy the game, and I'm in the South Stand on Sunday, so if you see me, do come and say hello. Take care.